It's everyone's favorite boomer and vintage lens enthusiast. And this is the fourth in a series about the Nikon Coolpix 880, an ancient point and shoot from the turn of the century. Which century? The year 2000. Uh, so it was a nice camera. It was small. It was lightweight. It would, in the confines of a 3.34 megapixel CD with a 2.5x zoom lens, it took good pictures. So I went to the New Jersey State Fair. We're at the Sussex County Fairgrounds, which is in August. And they have it every year, but this is from the year 2003. So the animals are different. Maybe the layout is different. This is an all-inclusive. Sussex County, the New Jersey State Fair, Sussex County Fairgrounds is very big. And of course, I took pictures of animals. I like animals. All the sheep got sheared, and they're just chilling out. Luckily, it was August and it wasn't too cold. Uh, and they're just sitting there in their pens, and you can walk through these pens. We're in like these open sided structures. And they had a carnival there, and a Ferris wheel and other rides. So you could do everything. And they have pig races, and they have horse competitions, and everything's different every year. I like this sheep because he had a black face. Oh, he's a black sheep with some black face, but the rest of him was white. Oh, no, that's terrible. This is a pig. Oink, oink. He has a black face too. He's just chilling out there. And then this is the other part of the pig. It's just like sunspots with the umbra and pre-umbra. There must have been a solar maximum that year. So there's like a piggy hut with all piggies in it. There's a sheep hut. There's a llama hut. The horses had their area too. And you just walk through and just look. They had cows, of course, or steers or whatever. They were sitting here chilling. I guess that's a black Angus. I don't know. You know, all right, you pay to get in, and then you could buy food and go on rides. You got to buy tickets for the rides. Back in those days, they were pretty chill about everything. Just walk in. Now it's like they got security all over. Here's some sort of goat. Looks like he was like checking everything out, huh? I like goats. They seem like nice animals. But then, you know, he was in a pen and I wasn't. Check this guy out. He was checking me out. I was checking him out. Look at his blue eyes. So this is a really nice little camera. It takes really nice pictures. If you could find one cheap at a garage sale or thrift store, you could pick one up. I don't know, I sort of vaguely remember this had an issue where if you pushed the shutter button, it would take a half a second for the camera to take a picture. So it's virtually impossible to take any action shots because if you take a picture at the moment the action was happening, the action would be over. And then you had to sort of think half a second ahead of time when you're going to take the picture. Moo! That's what he looks like. He's going, moo! So, but aside from that, it was a really nice camera in its day. And I guess you could take, if you want to do retro pictures, it could do that. I mean, these are historic pictures. That's why I'm putting these out here. They're from the year 2003. That's not to say, oh, look at this. Is that an Abrams tank? They have one there. Is that the one made of depleted uranium? Is uranium really ever depleted? You know, uranium's in the lead series of families, and it's more toxic than lead. They're letting kids climb over it. But I'm sure it was painted and all that stuff. So they had also another pavilion that had flowers in it. And I walked in that pavilion and I took pictures. And the thing was good for close-ups. You could get pretty close at the zoom. And then there's these artsy-fartsy things that are only there temporary. Someone made this sort of like brick layout of American Eagle with a flag banner. I don't think it's there anymore. And there's all ephemeral stuff like that. All these flowers, their arrangements, they were being judged, and they're all gone. It's 22 years ago. That's it, gone. Here's some sort of arrangement. Somebody stacked these stones and put mulch on it and arranged these plants, which is, pretty nice. And now it's gone. This is the only evidence that it was ever there. The Nikon Coolpix 880 is a really nice little camera. If you're studying, I'm using like ISO 100, shooting wide open all the time. Sometimes I get slow shutter speeds. Almost none of them came out blurry. It was a very stable camera. I don't think it had any image stabilization. So these the best in class. What is that, a kumquat? Sasquatch? I don't know. I don't know anything about botany. And they had all sorts of artifacts of, what it was like in the olden days. And there's a spinning wheel. And they had another pavilion full of old machines, and sometimes they run them up and get them going. And you can walk in there and watch it go clackety clack and clanky clank, and they pump water or blow a fan or something. I'm out of my gourd. Yeah, someone got a log and put these flowers on it, and that was their. They got mushrooms on it too, and that was their thing that they entered. Daylilies. It's an interesting color for daylilies. It's a nice camera, a really nice camera. Of course, it's only 3.3 megapixels, and now we're up to like 45. But you know what? I find 20, 24 is, I don't think I'll ever need more than 20, 24. And even 16, 12, 10, they're useful. So look at these close-ups I was able to get. It was a really nice camera in its day. It was expensive, but I bought it at a New York discount. It was a couple years old, and I think I got it for like 30% off. Now that year they had elephants, and if you pay $5 or 50 cents, you could get an elephant ride. So I took 2 pictures of this elephant, because I liked his wrinkled skin. Here's a little bit more of a close-up. Elephants look a little melancholy to me. And then there are other animals like camels. Here's a camel. Or is it a dromedary? I don't know. I'm not sure. One lump or two. I didn't ask him. I didn't take a picture of the rest of them. Here's some llamas. And I guess they get sheared too. And then they had a bird pavilion too. And I was able to stick the camera fit between the cage. I was able to close-up shot on his bird. He was pretty chill. Just sat there. Let me take his picture. Now this is a 3x2 format, and I had to crop it to 16:9. And most of them, since they were full crops, I shrunk them down to fit this format. I had a merry-go-round. Here's a merry-go-round. People hanging out watching the merry-go-round. And then, parents would put their kids on the merry-go-round or the ride, and they would just stand there and watch them, like these folks here. I went a little early before it got too busy. It was time to go. It was the afternoon and evening, and they have fireworks too. So, the Nikon Coolpix, you should get one for giggles and laughs.